How to coach your crew like a pro to lead a winning team using sports coaching principles. Yo, playmakers, I'm Desi Mayner, founder of Mayner Leadership, where we help to build a streamlined, efficient business operation with elite leadership and a united, high-performing team. Let's dive right in today. Coach your crew like a pro to lead a winning team. How to use sports coaching principles to lead a successful team in the home service trades. So the first thing, let's dig in. So why is sports coaching principles work in business? Why do they work? So the first thing, let's just dive right in and talk about this. So sports and businesses both thrive on really two or three things, and that's teamwork, that's strategy, and that's performance. It's rule number one of leadership is to unite and support, which is to work as a team. The next thing you need is a strategy to win. And then the performance piece means we have to execute it. It's the same in sports as it is in business. And even like the military, sports, military, business, very similar. But here we're going to talk about sports coaching principles. You need to lead in both arenas in the ways of you need to motivate your people, you need to communicate, and you need to drive results. But today we're going to focus on three key principles that will elevate your leadership and like things you can do right now. So here's exactly what we mean. You got a sports coaching, you got a sports team, and you have a business team. Both of them have to work together to achieve a common goal and to win. It's just the way that we define success in sports is to win the game. We can do the exact same thing in business. When we're talking about, we just need to define what the win is. $1 million in revenue, $3 million in revenue, work as a team, serve 1,000 different homes and homeowners, right? Like it doesn't matter. We just have to define it, but it is the same exact thing. Getting a group of people to work together to achieve a common goal. So sports coaching principle number one is to start strong with daily team huddles. So in sports, we huddle all the stinking time, especially in football. We're going to do the exact same thing as a sports coaching principle in your home service trades businesses. So all this is a consistent short meeting to align the team and to motivate and energize the team. Try doing it every single morning. What you want to do is share the key objectives, talk about the goals, celebrate a win, inform them of anything coming up, update them, clarify any questions, address any challenges. And you also want to use this to foster a culture of open communication and accountability. So here's a great example of this, okay? You've got a football team huddling up, and then you've got, this is an example of what I would call a construction team huddling up. Both of them, this one's like at lunch type of deal. I say to do them first thing in the morning, talk about who's doing what, why are they doing it, how are they doing it, when should it be done by, answer any questions, talk about the mission, talk about the core values. This is like a 15-minute meeting tops, right? And it gets your team, gets your crew, gets your techs set out on the right path first thing in the morning. So let's talk about how do we run an effective huddle. So the first thing is timing, right? So you want to have it on the same time at the same time each day and each week, right? So sometimes I'll run these twice a week, 3 times a week. I like to do them every single day, but make sure so it's at 7 a.m. every single morning, or it's at 8 a.m. every single morning with the exact same people in the exact same place. The second thing is structure. You want to update them on the objectives. Right? What are the goals for the day? Who's doing what by when and how and why? What are the challenges that we could face? And then you want to end it with something motivational. I call it like a launch, which is just a quote or like a story. And then get some engagement. Have a team member run it one time. Make sure to foster questions. Have them force them to ask a question or to answer questions, but get some kind of engagement in what they're doing each and every time. Second sports coaching principle. After we got the team huddles going on, just like you huddle in football or in any sport, you want to huddle with your business every single day. That's the first one. The second obvious sports coaching principle that you want to implement today so that you can coach your crew like a pro and lead a winning team using sports principles is to reflect learn, and improve by debriefs. Okay, debrief or a game watching game film, either one or both. So here's what we're talking about is that using the visual feedback, right? As in, if you can have a photo of job sites, if you record anything, if you have video recordings, that's obviously the best to go over the performance, to literally review what went good, what went bad, and what do you need to work on, right? So you want to analyze what went well as the areas of improvement to create a specific actionable plan, steps for growth, so to speak. So right here, what you have is they're reviewing the play on the left side, okay? They're talking about what do we do good? You need to go there. You forgot to block this guy. And then on the right, we're talking about, hey, Johnny needs to make sure that he covers this zone and make sure that everyone has their safety equipment on. And they're just making it quick. What do we do good here? What do we do bad here? So let's talk about how to execute a debrief. So it's very, very simple. It's a 4-step process. I call it good, bad, learn, do. So what went good, okay, and why? What went bad and why? And then what did we learn about what went bad and how can we make it better? And then what would we do differently next time? Now, you can make this a half-day thing or you can make this a 7-minute thing. I like to do the 7-minute debrief, obviously, because it doesn't destroy production time. But it's just what went good and why, what went bad and why, or what could have gone better and why. And then what did we learn from what we screwed up or what we could have done better? And then what are we going to do next time to make it even more efficient and effective? Third coaching principle, sports, talking sports here. Okay, so we already have that we are going to coach our crew like a pro using sports winning. And the first one is to have team huddles. The second one is to run debriefs and watch game film. And number 3 is to standardize excellence with playbooks. In every sports team, we have playbooks. It is a living document of our core processes, right? Our plays that we're running, our best practices, and our overall standards that we have. So you want to regularly review these and update them to ensure alignment with the team. And you want to use it to foster a culture of continuous learning and overall improvement with everyone with their skills. So just like we have our play in football on the left, we have, this is an example of an HVAC service checklist here. It's the exact same thing, an SOP, a process, a checklist, a playbook. That's what we call them. We call them playbooks. You got to have playbooks in order to standardize excellence and to repeat it over and over again. So how do we develop these? So we have to create the playbook. We're going to cover the key processes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The shorter, the better, right? But I've had them as long as 2-3 page SOPs or checklists. You want to make sure that all of your values are in there. It's in alignment with the team, and the standards are also in there. But make it as simple as possible. Use the KISS method. Keep it simple and stupid, okay? That way we can repeat excellence and everyone can get it right every single time. You also want to have an open playbook policy. So if you're working on that part of the playbook, right, or if you're doing this task, then make sure to have that playbook either up digitally or have it printed out in front of you. Oftentimes, a great example of that is like a home service trades business can have a laminated copy, and they got to use like a whiteboard expo marker to check it off as they go, and then take a picture of it as they put their notes into their system. That's a great way to utilize a playbook. But you want to use real life scenarios in order to discuss the application and improvement. So that's what we mean by review regularly, right? I always ask the question, do we have a playbook for this? And then if the answer is yes, then was it used? And then if the answer is also yes, then how can we make it better? What's it missing? Do we have a playbook for this? The answer is no. And then we need to create a playbook for this, okay? And then that's where you get to involve the team. You want to gather their feedback so that you can update these regularly, because you might not be the person who's running these plays every single time, right? So it's a living document. That's how you develop them. That's how you utilize the playbook, and that's how you make them better, just like in sports. You have playbooks in sports. You have playbooks in business. What does it do? It makes sure that you can run your plays excellent every single time. All right, so talking about running plays, I want to give you a gift, right? So this is one of the keys to my success is communication. And I have given you this 4 meetings that you need to grow a home service company. So we talked about huddles. I want to give you this. So one of the things in this guide is those huddles. It goes into depth, right? It's like a 20-page document, gives the agendas, the structures, the exact people, the exact times. I mean, it is the to and through nuts to bolts playbook on exactly what meetings that you need to run a service-based company, to stay productive, to stay efficient, to stop micromanaging, to stop overcomplicating things, to keep it simple, to keep it fast, and to keep it good. If you want that guide, go to MaynerLeadership.com/4 meetings. And don't forget that your action plan at the end of every single one of these videos that we make, you have an action plan. And today's is elevate your leadership. So number 1 item is to start with your daily team huddles. Okay. That is number 1. Before you do anything else, start creating a daily huddle. You can't get it wrong. You can get the agenda. You can get the structure. You can get how to run them efficient and fast and good. Everything you need is in that free guide. So go and grab that right now, and you can read more. Once you click the button, and you'll learn what you get and what you'll learn and everything that's in there. So go ahead and go get that. And then also start conducting just a quick debrief, like after jobs finish, especially when something goes wrong. So remember that debrief is good, bad, learn, do. What did we do good and why? What could we have done better, or what did we do bad and why? What can we learn from what we could have done better and why? And then what are we going to do differently next time to be better and faster? And then the last thing of your action plan, number 3, is to create one playbook, just one playbook, a checklist, an SOP, a 1-pager for one task somewhere in your business that will help guide your team to that success. That is your action plan to make sure to elevate your leadership. And before we head out, Desi Mayner, founder of Mayner Leadership, please subscribe, smash that subscribe button, like this. And hey, I like impact. I'm sure you had a big play moment somewhere in this video. So leave a comment below, ask your question. What was your biggest takeaway? What question do you have with implementing this? And make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time one of these new videos coming out. But until next time, stay strong, lead powerfully, and we'll see you next time, Playmakers.